Hey Johnny. Alright, I'm going to tell you about this proportional divider guy. So this is 1.2 times the size of that, and that's generally what I'm working with. This is just a regular printout, 8.5 by 11 going to 11 by 14 inch drawing paper. So 1 to 1.2 is what we want this to be when we open this up. If this is 1, this is 1.2. And I didn't know exactly where to put that hinge to make that ratio, but I'm sure there's a formula, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't think to look it up. I just cut out some arms out of a cereal box and stuck a pin in here and there until it worked out. And it worked out to be about splitting the difference of the increase. So this is 10 inches, 5 is the midpoint, 1.2 of that is 6, 5.5 was about right. And about right, I could have left it there because it doesn't really matter. The proportion is always the same, so it just would have been a little off on the size. It would have been a little bigger, a little smaller than the 1.2, but probably negligible. But I wanted to make it perfect anyway, so I opened it up to 10 centimeters, and then I knew the other end should be 12 centimeters, and it was a little more, so I just close it up and grind, just slowly grind away on the bench grinder, and keep checking it, grinding, checking. If I go a little far, I can always turn around and grind some more up here. You know, the length is kind of arbitrary, it's just the ratio that you want. So I got it to be perfect, and that's great. So once you do that, then you can draw these reference lines. I just did an X and a square, or a cross, you know, and the same thing on the drawing paper, right through the middle. And then from there, you can take whatever measurements you want, you know. Say you want to know exactly where that arm hits that horizontal. Get that, and then you flip it over. Boom, that's 1.2 times the distance. And you can do, all right, you want to know where that, how far up does that chin go? Take that, and right there, make a little mark for your chin line. You know, you can take as many of these as you want, and it's really, you can see how simple it is and how elegant. It just, it's great, and it's a more free way to do it. You know, the grid is so tedious, and you can kind of draw on your own for a while and then go back and check, or you can make a bunch of marks first and draw between them, whatever, you know. And it's really fun to use and really easy. And it just feels good. Look at it, sexy, man. And I made that out of that sheet metal, galvanized sheet metal. It's really easy to grind and sands up nice. So, all right, there you go. The only thing you got to worry about is you want that hole to be exactly the size of the screw, because if there's any play in there, you don't know what's going on within that zone of play, right? It can change your ratio a tiny bit every time you open and close it. That's why, you know, if I was going back and forth, you can make the different holes in here to make it adjustable, you know. But if I was going back and forth to different ratios a lot, I would just make another one, because that screw is nice and snug in there. It's not easy to get out. You know, you have to use a screwdriver to get the thing out, kind of. And they're fun to make anyway, you know. But I only use the 1.2 for now anyway. So, all right. So there you go, bro. All right. See ya.